Hello and welcome to UK Versus. Today we're taking another look at the artists behind the cards of the Critical Role set Heroes of Exandria. Today, in an amazing turn of events, we are joined by the Goliath of the sets and the Challenger Series cards, Bad Moon Art. They have sent an amazing representative, Andrea Lim. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm good. I just had my dinner. I'm all nice, well fed and watered. I have my shower. I think I'm ready to answer some questions.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself and the company. How long has Bad Moon been making art?
Batman was actually, at first, it was just like our founders, Mr. John and Kit. They started as like you're pretty much average freelancers. We started back in 2018, and they came together to found Bad Moon. And then from there, we went on to form a small team, and then we just been creating stuff bit by bit, year by year, and then we are here now. What we specialize in are like a lot of tabletop RPGs. So if you're big in like the tabletop RPG stuff, you probably have seen our stuff. Tabletop RPGs such as like D&D, like lots of those like third-party D&D content. So like we do those, like artwork for those. Are those like campaign books? That's what we mostly do. We also do a lot of other stuff like mobile game concept art for like other stuff, posters, book covers.
That makes a lot of sense. Quite similar to UVS themselves, who started off with quite a small team and have grown quite expensive as the game's grown. Bad
Yep.
Moon started off with a small team and have grown as it comes in. I did see, while I was doing some research, you did some concept art and some art for Storybook Brawl, which is a game I played quite a lot during the pandemic.
Oh, you have. That's great to hear. We love that game actually. We do. It's just such a pity that he has shut down. But
Yeah.
the founder or the original creator of Storybook Brawl did make a new game based off of that same concept, and we actually have been doing art for them as well. And it's also one of our
Oh.
favorites. It's
Ah.
called Once Upon a Galaxy. Have you been playing that?
I've not been playing that. No, I started off with Fairy Tale Fables, which is kind of like a similar auto battler, but I
Yeah.
dropped that the moment that came out that all their stuff was AI generated content, which I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know that they're working against it. I've not tried Once Upon a Galaxy, but I've seen some of the big Storybook Brawl streamers like Yuckmouth and Matt Oblivion have been doing that. So I know you guys did some of the art for it. I'll definitely give that a look.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Moving on to actual UVS art, how much did you know about Critical Role when undertaking the project for Universus?
We actually aren't very D&D savvy, to be fair. When we got the project, we honestly didn't know much about it, except for maybe our founders who's like had experience with D&D stuff way more than some of us. So like they kind of had to introduce a little bit. So frankly speaking, we don't know a lot about it. But as we went along our project and like drawing all the artwork and working on it, we did our research on the characters to get to know them a little more better, so we could implement that information into our designs and our work to make it more like cohesive. Personally, I did not hear about Critical. I think I've heard mentions of it because I have friends who are D&D players. So I've heard mentions, shares here and there.
Your knowledge of Critical Role kind of expanded as you undertook more cards.
Yeah,
Does the team have any favourite characters or moments from Critical Role as you've been adapting?
moments like from the campaign. I don't think so, since we're not really savvy. Also, we don't know much about it. But we have seen clips from the Amazon Prime series.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty hilarious. Like our general like idea of it is like, wow, there's so much going on. Kind
Any
of like that.
favourite characters or character designs? Because you've done a fair amount.
I think I like. Is it Caduceus? How do you pronounce his name?
Caduceus.
Caduceus, yeah, Caduceus, yeah, I do like him for me personally. Team, I'm not really sure. I guess they're cool with most of them.
That's right. I'm a big fan of Caleb Widogast, mainly because it has a cat on it.
Oh yeah, the cat. Yeah, yeah. We have cats in the office as well. When we saw that he had the cat, we were like, oh my god, he has a cat.
Yeah, Frumpkin is very important to the story. I've been watching it since October when the cards started coming out, and I'm currently almost
Right.
at the end of campaign 2. I've been binging it.
Ooh, all right, nice.
So, given that you guys expanded your knowledge after receiving the project, is it safe to assume UVS approached you about the project?
We were approached by the creative director. We were approached by Chris. It was way back in the decks.
The 2024 Challenger decks.
Yeah, the Challenger decks. Yes, yes, correct. He approached us for that because he specifically wanted a semi-realistic style for that, and that's the style we specialize in. So he approached us, worked out a little bit of things, and then we got to it. So yeah, that was how Chris found us.
Oh, that's really cool. So,
Yeah.
how was it working on the Challenger cards? You said they wanted that kind of realistic aspect, but it's kind of completely open to interpretation because it goes from table play to cards. So, how much freedom did you actually have over the creation of the Challenger set?
The Challenger set. Well, freedom wise, I think we had a fair bit. I mean, I get Chris would give us some like directions and some specifications of like perhaps like what action he wanted the characters doing, and then we could just take that description and then draw whatever that comes to mind to best fit that description. So we would typically produce like 2 to 3 draft sketches, and then we would give it to Chris and let him look at it and pick his favorite or which one is like most fitting for the card action or the stat or something like that.
That makes a lot of sense. And you've worked
Yeah.
on both the Challenger and the main set. The Challenger decks have got a specific theme to them. It's like this is Vex and Vax, and these are their attacks. This is their essence as characters. Whereas if we take a look at the cards you've done for the Heroes of Exandria set, it's multiple characters throughout the ultra rares. It's a lot of the character art themselves. You weren't really as pinned in with having to follow a theme. You could express yourselves a little bit more.
Right, right. I would say like it is like there is a difference because like you said, like with the Vex and Vax theme cards, we had to like kind of confine ourselves to like maybe only their actions, or what they do, or their powers, and so on and so forth. But so like definitely like the theming around that, it can be a little bit more like limited. So whereas with the character cards for like all the cast members and characters, right? I would say like it's kind of challenging a little more because we have to think about other ways to portray them, right? Like different background, different action, according to their personality and like part of the campaign. So challenging wise, it would be a little more than I would say a little more than the previous Vex and Vax decks, but freedom or like freedom of expression way more. And I think we definitely did enjoy that bit a little more because like colors, right? Like it's so like you've seen the style that we use to portray those character cards. Yeah, like in terms of use of colors and all that, it's quite fun.
So speaking of the use of colors, you were talking about having multiple sketches. What was the process like taking this table play, taking the essence of Exandria and trying to capture it in the cards?
Art is a subjective thing, right? It is interpreted differently by everyone and by everyone. So I think the style plays a huge role in it because from what I've observed, at the very least, I'm just speaking in terms of like artists, like how we observe things and how we piece it together to make it more to capture the essence, as you say. For Exandria, we would think it as like it's a very, like I said in the beginning, there's so many things going on, right? And we don't want it to look chaotic, as in difficult to interpret, but we definitely want to make it look happening. So that's busy. And that's where all the colors and all that the shapes of the more graphic style comes in. So I think maybe that style itself is very suitable for that essence of Exandria, as you say, as a whole. That style was suggested by Chris himself. So we applied it all to all the that kind of the style of the cards. Yeah. Because at first, during the Challenger decks, it was all semi-realistic, and only the alternate cards had those.
That's really cool. Yeah, the alternate cards for Critical Role are some of the best ones we've seen. I think the characters are still highly sought after. Speaking of working with Chris and UVS, what was the process like? How hands-on was UVS, and what was the process like working with the company?
I would say it's really smooth. Like Chris gave very straightforward set of instructions. So like there wasn't much like back and forth or dilly dallying, right? So like we would mostly like the sketches we present, like most of them would be pretty much somewhere there. It just needs to get like the perfect one or like the one for that card. So yeah, I think the process was pretty smooth. Yeah, Chris provided like very great set of instructions to follow and directions. So yeah, there wasn't much trouble with that. It's pretty good.
No, makes a lot of sense. So speaking of the sets of instructions, as you said, the art styles, the colours of these cards, and you were doing some of the most sought after cards in the characters people were playing, the ultra rare cards that are high rarity cards. How much conversation was there between UVS, Critical Role, and yourselves about keeping it in line with Critical Role lore? Like, characters need to have this color outfit, or this is what needs to be done for this kind of action.
I think again back to the previous, like Chris did provide a very set instructions or directions to follow. Your question was
So for the Critical Role main set,
the main set,
the ultra rares, the
ultra rares.
characters, they're all very lore dependent. Like the characters have.
Right.
Let's take a look at Beauregard Lionette, who's an expositor of the Cobalt Soul. Her character has to kind of wear these very vibrant blues colors because it's part of the Cobalt Soul's identity. So I know when I spoke to another artist, Sabino, he said that he tried to have a Beauregard in a red outfit, and they're like, no, Beauregard has to be in this blue outfit because that's all Beauregard wears. Was that a similar thing that you guys found?
I think we did find out during the character design phase. So like we did have a phase where it's just purely character design. We had to do that first before moving on to the cards, because we have like a bunch of artists, right? We can't have one, like maybe one by one coming back to the director and be like, do we want this color or that color, you know? So we did have a phase where it's just purely character design, and I think at that part we had to, I think like, yeah, we had to confirm with Chris and have a bit of back and forth. But to my memory, I don't remember it being too much of a hassle. So it was pretty set and smooth along the way. So yeah.
So you said Chris gave you detailed kind of
like
guidelines.
Very detailed. Like even for us who don't know much about the campaign, like we didn't, if we follow the details, he did give us these like character information sheets where it's like everything you need to know about them, basically their personality, what they do, or like what colors are they mostly. He gave us a color palette too, so we had those to follow.
Oh, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. So it's all those stuff.
Speaking of color palettes, the alternate ultra rares that you guys did, especially when we look at things like the vestiges of divergence and a lot of the ultra attacks, that duochromatic kind of color where you got one color with shading in the background and then a color around the person, the attack, the weapon in the art. How did you come about choosing that kind of style?
Oh, you mean the colors?
Like the colors, like with the.
Oh wow! Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, I spent a long time getting them all, but it's more like the. Like you see, when you get to the alternate art,
the alternate art.
The way it stands out, the way it covers some of the text is so very cool, and this like duochromatic color scheme really highlights the vestige. Or if in the ultra attacks, it really highlights, like with Hooligan's Mockery, you can see Molly Mock just popping off the card almost like this 3D effect. I was just wondering how you came to decide that was the direction you wanted to go for the alternate arts.
Okay, that's a very passionate question you have there, and I can like clearly see how much you love those. I love them too, like when they came out. But that part where like when it comes to like the foiling and like the textures, that actually wasn't us. That was the in-house team at UVS themselves, the art team at UVS that did all like the finalizing for the alternate art. So we actually only produced one artwork, which is the original one that you have.
Oh, that's really cool.
So the alternate is done by the in-house artists at UVS themselves.
I'm gonna have to go speak to Chris about that then.
Yeah, you'd have to go find Chris.
Was it any different working with UVS over the Challenger series as to the main set?
I don't think so. I think it's mostly the same. maybe the style. That's about it. Because it's like two worlds pretty much. So you would have a little bit of change in maybe communication or like requirements in that department. But like other than that, it's all good. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So I know you guys said you increased your knowledge of Critical Role through the Prime series as you were creating the cards. Are there any Easter eggs or references within the card arts?
Oh, oh, I don't think so. I'm not sure because like with Chris being very direct with us, or like we weren't sure if we're allowed to do that. But so yeah, so we I don't think there is any inside there.
That makes a lot of sense. Like you're saying, with
Yeah,
Chris being very direct and going and with the
yeah,
guidelines, not
yeah. The
always
guidelines.
not always capable of doing it. Uh,
Yeah, yes.
Apart from Caduceus Clay, do you have any other favorite cards from the set?
Ooh. Or like cards, like not just a character.
You can do character, the card art for the other cards that you guys did because you've done a
Hmm.
significant amount. So I'm happy to sit here and talk about any of the cards that you love or find very interesting, or even just for the art.
Right, right. I think for the team, they really love the chrome. Is it chrome? Yeah, the
Yeah,
chromatic olive foil. Yeah, with the signatures. It is really nice. So like, UVS did send a couple boxes over, and we tried to pull it one for ourselves. We didn't get it, unfortunately. But along the way, we did pull the alt art characters. So like the character alt arts.
yeah. I think it
And
was Voyager who did those.
I think so. Yeah. There were a lot of artists involved, so
It
like
was.
I'm not exactly sure who did what. But what I can tell you is that the alt arts looked amazing. Like when I pulled it, I was like, is this supposed is what like is this like a super rare or what? It's just like it's only an alt art? That's beautiful. Like the foil texturing, the colors,
Yeah,
it's out of this world. It's
yeah.
beautiful.
UVS go above and beyond with the alternate arts and the
Yeah.
chromes, and they keep get every set just keep getting better and better. One of the great
Right.
things about the alternate art characters with ones like Caduceus, you can see he's kind of got like a Beatley theme to it because that's who
Oh
he
yes.
is. With
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Percy's alt art with artifacts in the background, it's got gun barrels and stuff in within the texturing, and
Right.
they've all got the kind of textured images in their alt arts that relate to them as characters. I'm lucky enough to have an Essek Phaelus one, which is absolutely gorgeous. He's kind of holding the beacon that's glowing. But
Yeah, I we actually pulled the Caduceus one.
ooh,
Yeah, it is amazing. Like I was like shining in the light and like admiring. It's like wow, there's like different textures and all that. It's beautiful.
yeah, these are some of the
Yeah,
most beautiful art. Are there any
it
card?
is.
Is there any card arts that you guys have done that you're big fans of?
Let me think. Was it Allura? I am not sure how to pronounce the name.
Allura, yeah.
Yeah, Allura. Yeah, yeah, that one. Uh, we really one of us particularly really liked that one. Then there is who else? Grog. Yeah, we enjoyed Grog.
Everybody enjoys
Yeah,
Grog, yeah.
yeah, we enjoyed Grog. Percy. Yeah, we did enjoy Percy as well, and Yasha.
Oh, yeah.
Yasha is pretty badass. A lot of us do like that.
Yasha's is great, but I've got to say the alternate art Yasha is just absolute fire.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
Alara's great, especially seeing as your art's the one on the chromes, and you've got like with Alara, the parchment she's writing on has got a stylized aura around it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Percy's smoke is colorized, and it UVS have kind of
Yeah.
taken your art and done some beautiful compliments to it in the
Yeah, like
chromes.
it's amazing. Like the foil work is all on UVS side. Like we had no idea what they're gonna do, but like when it came out, we were like, wow, they just took like the art we did and just like enhanced it to a whole another level. It's amazing work they did.
Were there any cards that presented certain challenges or that were difficult to kind of get that were difficult in the design process?
Difficult design process. Um, I would say some might present a little bit of a challenge because when you create that many cards, things might get repetitive accidentally. You don't intend it, but you take one in another, like, oh, this kind of looks similar, right? That we can't have that. We have to make sure like this stands out, and how to recognize it from far, because it's a trading card, right? It's only about this big, so you have to cram all that information in there to make sure it is like it stands out, and you can recognize it from a distance and all that, so on, right? So I think at a point it was challenging to sort of create unique compositions at certain points, but we made it through. And well, yeah, I think at the end of the day it came out pretty smoothly, worked it out.
That makes a lot of sense. Were there any characters that you, when you sent the sketches off or sent the designs to Chris, he was like, it needs changing, or I love it, but there's other things that kind of need to be in the image? Was there like any particular cards that there was quite a lot of back and forth over?
For particulars, I'm not sure. Particulars, I'm not very sure, but uh, definitely there were some points that happen where there's a bit of back and forth, like, can we change this a little? Yeah, yeah. There will be some.
Makes a lot of sense. Are there any campaign moments or any of the art you guys worked on that you would have loved to see actually get into the game? Was there anything like kind of left on the design table?
Design? I don't think so, because when we were given the or like the titles or like the briefs of the cards, it was in a very well organized list. So there's no like, oh, maybe this or maybe that. It's a very straightforward list. So we just followed and did our best on what was required.
So, what information did UVS actually give you about the cards for your design? Was it just, here's the name, here's what it's going to do, and here's who should be on it? Or was there like a bit more around it?
Oh, no, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you said. Yeah, very straight to the point and very concise. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, it may be concise. The description itself, you can play a lot with it. Like as artists, right? You could draw it like a hundred different ways if you can. So yeah, we could play a lot with just a very simple or like a very straightforward description. So it's not lackluster at all, actually.
That makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
the more ambiguity that was in it, the more you kind of had freedom in the sketch stage to go, here's four
Yeah.
designs, and they're not all the same. They've all got their own characters and personality.
Yeah, but if there was like an artwork that needed to align with like a campaign moment or something, then we will have to it would be specifically stated in the brief, so we would have to adhere to that as best we can.
So that allowed you to go away and kind of look up the campaign moment, and
Yeah, and study it a little bit, make more sense.
that
Yeah.
goes back to what I was asking about capturing the essence of Exandria. So you guys
Yeah.
went away and did the research around those pivotal campaign moments to make sure that you captured Exandria on the cards as it was on the table.
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense. Are we going to be seeing you in in the future of Universes? Is there anything lined up that you guys are taking part in?
Oh, hopefully. We really enjoy working with Universes, and yeah, we hope to work with them more in the future. So yeah,
That
like
makes
that's
sense.
all. We just hope, we really do, because like seeing like seeing your artwork printed out on like stuff like posters or like book covers, that's one thing, but as playing cards where like people love them so much, it's like, oh, it's like a whole different experience. So yeah, we really do enjoy working with them, and we hope to be in more of their projects in the future.
Makes a lot of sense. Have you seen all the Critical Role collectors and all the Universes players opening the packs, talking about the art? Have you managed to experience any of the feedback from the community on the art?
I think it was Chris. Chris did send over like I think it was a Reddit link or like a Facebook group link to us, and then we could click in and see like what everyone was saying about it. I think it's quite nice to see it from everyone's experience. We did see people pulling the chromes, and we're very jealous about that. We wish it was us, but it's okay. I think it was overall a good positive experience. Yeah, like seeing them enjoy it so much, we were like, wow. When you work on it, you kind of put yourself in that objective mindset, right? Get it done, make it pretty, right? So you kind of don't have many like so this kind of like emotional ties to it because yeah, that's how it goes. So when you see people gushing over it and loving it, it's really nice. Yeah, it kind of validates you like, oh, you did a great job, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of all the Reddit's Facebook groups. There's been people that have made specific TikTok accounts just to open this product and talk about the cards.
Oh,
And
just for like Critical Role, just
yeah,
the UVS Critical Role.
so
Wow.
there's a new one I'm going to shout out now called Exandria Collector, who's literally just made a TikTok account, and all the videos are opening Critical Role Heroes of Exandria.
Wow.
And this is the first product they've ever bought. In their 11th pack, they opened a Percy Chrome.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. That is very nice.
But it's been great to
But
see, and
yeah.
everyone has been talking about how good the art is on this, and especially as Universus players, we're not yet used to custom art. We get a lot of screen grabs or a lot of
Mhm.
asset manipulation with things like My Hero Academia or Yu Hakusho. Last year with the Critical Role, that was the first time we ever had a full kind of custom art set.
Right.
And then
I
seeing that,
see.
and then when I heard you guys were back to do the full set, and it was going to be a complete set of art from artists, I was just so hyped to actually see what was going on there, and you
I
guys knocked it
see.
out.
We're really thankful to hear that because we didn't know like we didn't exactly we're not like the most familiar with it. We have seen like previous like decks from UVS, but like yeah, like, we did like oh it's mostly like screen grabs and stuff, but yeah we it was pretty like cool to be one of the you know the one to like do all the art for them, like custom art. So like I wasn't expecting much. I'm like, oh, it's just art, right? Every card has like a TCG has like artwork and stuff. I'm into Pokemon a little bit, so yeah, a bit. I'm like a little bit familiar. So I'm like, it's just art, and then everyone was like, oh, it's a custom art. So yeah, it's like it's pretty cool to see that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things that is new to the game, and
Right.
hopefully UVS will take the feedback of the community, and we will get a lot more of yourselves and all the other artists
Oh,
creating
I hope
cards.
so too.
And we
Yeah.
hope we get a lot more Critical Role as well, because this has been absolutely amazing to see these cards on.
Right.
Well, seeing as we're talking about other IPs, is there any IPs, any kind of show or game that you would think would make a great addition to the Universe card game?
Oh, the universe. Let me think. Um. Oh, this is hard. I need to scratch my noggin a little. All right, actually, run me down a bit here. Does universes like do more like anime stuff? Because I myself, I'm not like too intimately familiar. Like me personally.
So
Yeah.
we at the minute we have My Hero Academia, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Godzilla,
Oh
Yu Yu
yeah, they have got.
Hakusho, Tekken 8, and we're getting Street Fighter, Attack on Titan, sorry, we're getting Street Fighter
Right,
and
right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming soon.
I see. So it's a lot of pop culture
Yeah, oh,
animation stuff,
and we've got solo leveling as well, which
solo leveling. Okay, great. Huh. Let me think. I don't know. How about what is it? Oh no, my brain farted. What's the what's the is it Masha? Mashla? Mashal?
oh, Muscles and Magic.
Yeah, yeah, Muscles and Magic.
Yeah,
Mashal sounds like a lot of fun.
Mashal would be great.
Yeah, Mashal sounds like a lot of fun.
Mashal would be absolutely great. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they do that.
Are there any other games or any big games media projects that you guys have worked with that people may know? Because not everyone's going to know Storybook Brawl.
Yeah, true. Yeah, besides that, then like I mentioned in the previous like the introduction section, we have a lot of tabletop RPGs, like those third party Dungeons and Dragons stuff. There's this one we did recently. It's like a third party Dungeons and Dragons like Monsters Handbook or Monsters Guidebook or something.
Oh,
Yeah, we did I think we did all the art for that, like the entire book. It's called Gilman's Guide to Speed. It was just funded on Kickstarter, if not mistaken. So yeah, we did all the artwork for that. We did do like board game art and stuff. So yeah, can't really name the specifics of the project. There's way too many. But yeah, I think the big hitters of like those like tabletop RPGs would be like Savage Worlds, um, Witcher, the Witcher
Oh,
RPG,
nice.
tabletop RPG. Yeah, yeah. So like yeah, those two are Cyberpunk Red as well. So yeah, those would be like the few big hitters that we have worked with.
That's absolutely awesome.
Yep.
Right, well, thanks for keeping me entertained for just under an hour. Do you have
Oh
any?
wow.
Do you have any final messages or anything you'd like to say to the Universus community that are and the Critical Role community that are watching this video?
Right. Okay, so we are really glad to hear that everyone has been enjoying, and also like the fact that people that have never played or never heard about Universes before are coming in just because of Critical Role. Like it's pulling in the fans from other places, and they come in to explore. And like you said earlier, the people have made entire accounts dedicating to opening these packs. It's like has been a really great feeling, like knowing that so many people enjoy our work. And so we would like to say on behalf of like Bad Moon and the team, we would like to say thank you, and we're very glad that you enjoyed the work that we've done.
That's absolutely amazing, and thank you for all your hard work. And please give that to the rest of the team as well. It's very muchly
I will.
appreciated.
We're really glad that you approached us for this questionnaire. Like I don't think it's rare that people approach us, so we were like, oh, this is a good chance to speak out and like share our experiences and stuff. So thank you for approaching us, and yeah, we're really glad you did.
No problem. I took a risk. UVS put up a article that was talking about all the artists that worked on Critical Role, and I thought I'm just going to reach out to every single person on this list and see who writes back. I never expected you guys to actually come back. It was a major shock when I got it, and I'm so hyped that
Oh,
we got
that's
to
great
sit
to
down
hear.
this. I
Yeah,
hope.
hopefully I got to like answer most of it with like you know in like a good enough way, that in a good enough manner that was entertaining and stuff, and answered most of the questions.
Yeah, well, you answered all the questions I had on it. Hopefully, UVS will do some more work with you guys in the future. We can get you back on to talk about even more stuff,
Oh, that's
because
amazing.
every artist I've spoken to has been absolutely amazing. It's really good just to have, like, as you're saying, it's great that the people are opening the packs, they're seeing the cards, they're enjoying the art, but
Yeah.
it's also great to hear from the people behind the cards, and have the people who are loving the cards also go, well, now I can put a face to these cards and I can
Oh
understand
yes. Yeah.
how much work went into these cards on top of it.
Yep. It's always nice to see that. Yeah, like even we ourselves, we have like our own idols we look up to, like art idols, right? And then when we see like the face behind the work, we're like, wow, they're human just like us. They have all the thoughts, they have all the emotions. They're not just.
We all have people that we look up to. We all have people that we aspire to kind of also be like. Uh, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I hope that I do get to talk to you guys again. And I'm really glad that you responded to a random email from some guy that.
Oh no, don't worry about it. You're not the worst. We get way worse.
No problem. I'll let
Yeah.
you enjoy the rest of your evening. Hi there, Future Brett just dropping in. Unfortunately, Andrew and I were kind of so enthralled in the conversation, and Andrew was keeping up with the questions that we'd discussed, as well as all the new questions I was throwing at them. And hopefully, I think we were vibing well enough that we were quite friendly. Andrew forgot to mention where you can find more of Bad Moon Art Studios' work. So I'm back here to tell you where you can find them. So, Bad Moon Art Studio do a lot of posters and other medias, so you can find them in a lot of places. The main three places you can find them are on ArtStation at artstation.com/badmoonartstudio, Instagram at instagram.com/badmoonartstudio, Facebook at facebook.com/badmoonartstudio. Any of those social medias, search Bad Moon Art Studio, and you'll be able to find some of their amazing work, be kept up to date in what they're doing, and also just see that hyper realistic art that Andrew was saying that they are famous for. It is some of the best art you will see, and I'm so glad that Bad Moon took the chance to have this interview with me and let their passion for their work be shown to the Universus community. A big thank you to Andrea for taking part, and a big thank you to John and Kit for allowing this interview to happen. I look forward to seeing more of your working universes in the future and having you back in the future for more interviews and more collaboration, because I would love to work with you guys again. I'm going to leave it there. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video to be kept up to date with all of our latest videos. And I will catch you in the next one. Have a good time at game night. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And
All right, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
I will do. Thank you very much, and have yourself
All
a
right,
great
thank
time.
you.